Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geo Show here on Omnibros, the Omnibus Collectors Network. It's your boy Geo here from Manga Geekdom, and tonight I'm flying solo for your entertainment or anger and frustration, one of the two. We'll get to that in a minute. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It's great to have you here live, and if you're not, you're watching later. Appreciate it as well. Thank you all so very much. Tonight, let's just say it's a condensed version of a Monday show. So, unfortunately, several things happened since we last saw each other back in Thursday. Jess incurred the wrath of Darkhawk and is without internet at the moment. So, I don't have my co host with me. Riley, the Omnibus Collector, is on assignment. And Lou, I have no idea where Lou is. So it's just me running the ship, steering the ship. Hopefully, we can guide it home and have some fun along the way. Lots to talk about. I brought some books that I hauled and a couple reads, one or two that are pretty interesting. We got some previews. We have the deals of the week, of course, and we got some goofs and gaffs, which is always important for this show. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hit the like button, comment down below, or if you're in the live chat, hang out with us. We gave away the gift card last Thursday, so that is currently being worked out. So if you missed it, don't worry, because next month we will be doing it all over again, and you have a shot at winning a $50 gift card, courtesy of our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and more for great discounted prices that range from 42 to 55% off at times. Free shipping in the US at $50. And there's a loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% discount to your order if you make it on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service. That is our sponsor, InStockTrades.com. And like I said, at some point during the month of June, we will be doing the gift card giveaway. Also, sadly, no, we're not going to do any voicemails. We do have new ones, but I think we can all agree that we enjoy Jess's reaction to the voicemails. So we're going to save that for the next stream. It's going to be a little bit outdated, obviously. I don't know if he'll play it on Friday, but ask him if he returns. So we're not going to do that, but we do have some hauls, reads, and of course, questions from all of you wonderful people out there watching live. So if you have a question, drop it in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer. Shout out. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Geo Show. All right, we need some music up in this place because it's Be My Myself. So I'm gonna annoy the crap out of you all by playing some music in the background. Let's do some lo-fi. Really, really low. There we go. I think. Okay. Voicemails are kind of boring. All right, okay. I see you. We're not gonna do voicemails anymore. Screw the voicemails. We're done. We need to teach Jess about surge protectors. That is a very good idea. Does he have surge protection? I assume not, because if a lightning struck and ripped that to shreds, then there you go. Kenny, I got from InStock Trades Action Comic Superstars, which has stories by Jason Aaron and Gail Simone. Nice. What are y'all reading right now? Gonna get to that in a minute. Rest in peace to Jess's router. Geomancer, thank you so much. The other Geo, the other cool Geo, is carrying this channel today. Thank you. What a horrible week. First, the Omni poll results are fixed in favor of Alf. Yes, if you missed it, that was an event, right? Over in Humans, then Dark Hawk, sorry, breaks Jess's internet. Larry, thank you for joining. BBTS still has the ROM figure listed as pre-order, estimated to arrive May 2025. Place my order on May 7th. Never ordered from them before. What can I expect? They aren't as fast as the Bozo's website, but they are pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? Not trustworthy. Well, they are trustworthy, but you can rely on them. They'll ship it to you. I unfortunately got it through the Bozo's website. He's right there. You can't see him that well, but oh well. But I love that figure. Solo Bros, let's go, Harvey. Thank you for joining. Gio, did you continue reading that horror manga with the big-headed pink boy? No, I'm letting a huge chunk of chapters accumulate, and then I'm gonna go back and talk about that in a follow-up video. Gio, thanks for still doing the show tonight. I appreciate it, my friend. As long as I am physically able and in good health, you will always see me here live until the day we can no longer do the show. So there you go. Mondays and Thursdays, I'll always be here for you guys. Yeah, okay. So let's see. We talked about our sponsor, but we didn't show the website, which I like to do. Here we go. In stock trades, the current deals of the week, which I got to say we almost predicted correctly, but fortunately there was a hiccup. They did apologize, our lovely sponsor, and sent us the deals of the week early. I think by Saturday we already have them. So here are the current releases. This of course will change tomorrow when the new stuff drops at noon Eastern Standard Time. And your top sellers, there are some sales happening. Of course, you got clearances, damages, red tags. There's a Creator Spotlight on Marv Wolfman and a Spotlight sale on Berserk. That is pretty awesome. So if you're a big fan of Berserk like I am, it's one of my favorite dark fantasy comics of all time. You can get the entire Miura saga, all 14 hardcovers, 41% off. That's pretty freaking great if you ask me. Just got my damaged copy of Wade Waringo FF Omni from my IST. Nice. Lionheart, thank you for joining. Derek, everybody. Ming, thank you so much. You demand, you. Appreciate it. You demand. Everybody here, so happy. Just super grateful to have you all here. So if you got any questions, by all means, you can ask me about anything. Food, life, goofs, gaffs, serious questions. Why not? I'll try and answer some. I'd appreciate it. Let me just transition without any... wait a minute. Get out of here. Okay. There we go. We just transition into what I hauled, which I think is pretty cool, right? The first book that I'm going to show you guys, I literally got this Saturday. Finally, this was missing. It, I believe, it left IST, and it was supposed to travel down to Jacksonville, and then to me. So that's like a 2-week thing because, well, media mail, not my favorite method, but it is what it is. But it got sent to either, was it Maryland or I think it was Chicago, and it stayed there for a really long time. So this, I'm getting this now. I think it's been 3 weeks or something, or more than 3 weeks. I'm not too sure. This is Godzilla, Skate or Die. I've not read it, obviously. I just got it. 4 years ago, best friends and diehard skaters found the perfect location for a DIY skate park. After months of hard work, they created the world's sickest spot. There you go, little tongue twister, that they could enjoy for the rest of their lives. That is until the ferocious Varan appeared in the middle of Central Australia and started making a beeline for their beloved park. Why is Varan on a rampage? Why did Godzilla just appear off the coast? What does the skate spot have to do with this? And most importantly, what are these punks willing to do to save it? I believe this is Varan's first U.S. comic book appearance. I may be mistaken, but I remember reading that somewhere, which I thought was pretty cool. The art looks pretty sick. It's obviously very high energy, frenetic, super intense, and kind of grungy. Fits the style, or the punkish style, I should say, of skater culture. But some of these panels look really impressive. I can't wait to dig in. I love me a good Godzilla comic, so I'm excited for this. Here's some of the human characters. I'm interested to see how the skating aspect fits into the whole thing. This cover is amazing. I love this so much. This is my favorite from this book. Look at that. Heck yeah. So, yeah. And as for features, trying not to get this spoiled by reading the last page. It does have, there we go, the artwork, the covers and stuff right here. Oliver Ono, Juniba, and some really cool stuff. More Juniba artwork. That's pretty sick. With the rollerblades hanging from the cable. Look at that. That was pretty cool. Skater Godzilla. Heck yeah. Love him. He can do anything, right? Concept art. And what is this? More concept art. Let me show you real quick. Godzilla. A happy little fella. He just likes to stroll around and destroy buildings and fight other giant monsters. So let's go. Do you have a dedicated kaiju shelf? I don't. That's something I would like to do in the future. Fortunately, I couldn't go to the post office today, but I do have a new shelf coming. It's a 3-cube. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Like it's 3 cubes stacked together. So it's gonna go right around here, and I think I'm going to display here mostly my yokai and monster books and stuff like that. So I might mix and match. Might be manga, might be or comics. I don't know, one of the two. But I do have kaiju books, just not well organized. Could I just jump into that skateboarding Godzilla comic? Yes, every Godzilla comic, aside from the new stuff that IDW is publishing right now in single issues, everything else is standalone, independent worlds from each other, and you can pick any of those books up and read them. I would recommend the new library collection that IDW is publishing. That is reprinting everything in order and in a much easier way to follow with thick trades. There you go. Jewish Dragons, thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you so much. Anyone that would like to take a shot at, I misread this entirely and thought anyone that would like to take a shot at G. I'm like, wait, what did I do? I like to goof around, but geez. Anyone that would like to take a shot at Crossed, it's on clearance at IST. Geo, want to give them a rundown? That is a book. That is a book. That's not for me. That is way too gross and macabre for your boy. Considering that I read about like zombies and yokai and giant monsters, but that one, I don't know about that. I'm not the proper man to answer about Crossed. Sorry. What are your favorite 80s, 90s action adventure shows? Oh my gosh. I'm going to look up the list because I'm horrible at this. 80s action TV show. It has to be TV shows? No movies? Oh boy. There's a list here. Dino Riders. Okay. Dino Riders. That's definitely one of my favorites. We're gonna go with no, not that. Ugh, that's terrible. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Let's see. We're gonna go with the A Team. We're gonna go with Dino Riders, Miami Vice. I need two more from the 80s. No, I'm gonna stick with those. And from the 90s, sorry, we're gonna make it six total. From the 90s, let's go. It doesn't have to be live action, right? Gonna be animated. If you will allow me that, I will add. Hey, I don't care about the actors. This is just about the show. But I was a huge fan of the Hercules TV show back in the day. That was my jam. Freakazoid, uh, Spider-Man animated series, Street Sharks. I used to watch the Highlander one. There's a bunch. Let's see. Babylon 5, no. Yeah, I'll stick with that because if I dig deeper, I'm just gonna get lost in the in the shuffle trying to put a competent list. But you get the idea. I watched more animation than live action. Always have. Uh, hey, I thought, man, thought you was off today. No, I will never. No, as long as I'm able to, I will be here and I will do a show. We are contractually obligated to do these shows with peace and love. 80% off, $3.99. Holy guacamole! For it depends if you enjoy cannibals, macabre action for $4. Oh, I guess go for it. Where's Jess and Lou? Jess is out of commission because I believe lightning struck and it fried his router, and he's waiting for Verizon to provide a new one, which should be tomorrow. But knowing how I know companies, I never expect them to deliver on the day that they mentioned, so I don't think he'll have it by tomorrow. I think Wednesday probably. No worries, dude. A-Team, Miami Vice, Knight Rider. I could, well, yeah, Knight Rider's pretty cool. Miami Vice, people love it. I would need to rewatch it again because it's been forever since I've seen that. Was Gio more of a season one or season two Acapulco Heat guy? Uh, season one. More in the sci-fi veins, but personally, I love Sliders. At least the first three seasons. Nice. Sent just a package, and next thing you knew, he vanished off the internet. Yeah, that does happen. Earth 2 had potential also, but sadly short-lived. Let's see. Oh, I missed a gaming question. Oh, I am so sorry. Hold on. Thank you. I appreciate the question so much. Keep them coming, please. I did that one. Just saw today how well Inhumans early years Omni placed pretty good on the Marvel list. I am super excited. I live reacted on the Thursday stream, which got a lot of views for some interesting reasons. I'm super excited. I'm so happy. Thank you all who voted. Obviously this doesn't mean that it's going to get made or printed or whatever, but it is a good sign that the community is backing that book up and wants that to happen. And I see all of you, I hear all of you, and I am forever thankful. My goal now is to raise even more awareness. And when we do the next poll, I want to climb higher. I'm greedy. Instead of 51, let's shoot for 40, 30, something like that, and keep climbing all the way to the top, baby. That's the goal. So I do have some ideas, Inhumans related ideas, that you will see in the near future here on this show on the YouTubes. Have you played interested in Baldur's Gate 3? I've played a little bit of the original. I have I have the first two. I do not own the third game, unfortunately, but I do want to. It's just I am intimidated by how long that game is and how many hours you have to put into it. I'm more of platformers, action, arcade titles where I can just jump in 5 to 10 hours, I'll knock out a game and move on to the next one. And this one, what, it's like 100 hours? No, not that. Oh my god, this. There we go. So I'm a little intimidated by the RPGs. I love the concept. I love RPGs, JRPGs as well. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm up to the task. Dude, yeah. The next book also took 3 weeks. No, actually, wait. The order was placed from another seller on April 22nd. That one was also both. I made two orders, both got lost in the mail, and they just arrived this past weekend. Very excited for Lazarus. That's going to be huge. A lot of people are excited for that one. Oh my god! I thank goodness Jess is not here, so I can answer this. You accidentally poop in the shower. You only have two options: pick it up and throw it in the toilet. Stop! No, 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 no! God no! You pick it up. You pick it up with like toilet paper, of course. I'm not touching that. Come on now. But shout out to the people that do have conditions like IBS and stuff like that. I feel you. Uh, that must be terrible. Let's see. The inhumanity. I saw the a little birdie told me the full rundown of the placements for the Inhumans books. The one that I was very excited about for it not getting a lot of votes happened to be the ones I criticized on the show, which were the Inhumanity and Inhumans versus X-Men. I appreciate them. I have them. I have the hardcovers, but I would never recommend those to anyone looking to get into the Inhumans or a potential Inhumans omnibus. No, thank you. Kane, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. It's the Geo Solo Show. Let's go. I posted the StreamYard link on our Omnibros chat, and if somebody wants to join, I guess they'll join, but I doubt it. Nobody's here on Mondays except Jess and I. I'm on my first playthrough. 250 hours. That's what I mean. I ain't got 250 hours. I'm sorry, but it looks beautiful and amazing, and I would love to own it. Plus, the fact that I think I can no longer get the physical edition puts me off from getting Baldur's Gate. I think, right? It's not out, or it was out, and then it sold out or whatever, something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Gio, how many times did you die while playing Donkey Kong Country Returns? The chat, you chatters don't know, but I have a second channel that I'm going on a hiatus. So don't. I mean, if you want to check it out, it's. I don't know. It's called Manga Geekdom Live. It was supposed to be a streaming channel to chat with people, but I ended up being me playing video games on Saturday nights. And I was playing through the entirety of Donkey Kong Country Returns, and I died many, many times. But it taught me how to stream and play at the same time, which I hadn't done actively before. I do play well offline, talking, entertaining people by myself, while also taking what's the word I'm looking for? Paying attention to 3D game in my eyeballs. That's harder than it sounds, and I think I did okay for the most part, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Um, Jess criticizes Darkhawk Omnibus. Did he really? I know I saw the part where when Darkhawk was mentioned, but I didn't listen to the whole thing. Darkhawk curse attacks again. Man, that's a tongue twister right there. Yeah, yeah. What's your main deck in Pokemon TCG Pocket? Dude, I just reached Ultra Ball rank 2 or Ultra Ball 2, whatever it's called, in the ranked season. I'm not gonna grind to Master Ball. It's way too grindy. It's annoying. I'm not gonna do it. But I made it. The rewards are 80 hourglasses, which is more than enough. I wish it had different rewards per tier and not just hourglasses galore. But to get to that, I circled through 3 decks mostly. 4. One was Solgaleo with Skarmory. I'm alienating 90% of the chat, but that's okay. That's okay. Then when that stopped working, because people caught on quick, Solgaleo was you hit the ground running with that as soon as the ranked season began. But when everybody caught on to the flaws, I had to switch, and I tried the Escavalier variant, but I didn't like playing it that much, so I dropped it. And then I switched to Arceus / Crobat with Darkrai thrown in. That one's a lot of fun. It has a different version of, instead of Darkrai, you're using Carnivine, which is also great. And then to reach UB2, which I did today, I've mostly been using Meowscarada with Decidueye. And that is a lot of fun. But it's super stressful. I hate the fact that when you lose, you drop down in points. And if you keep losing, you're going to fall out of the rank. I hate that. I wish if you went into the rank, you stayed there. If you don't win, you don't gain anything, and that's it. And you stay stuck there. But going back, I feel like it's a mistake because it's incentive for me to not play anymore and be frustrated and think like, oh, okay, well, I'm out. Their goal is to get as many eyeballs on that app as possible to keep playing. So I think that could be tweaked around. That's one of my main criticisms of the rank mode. All right, we're back to Omnibros. Yeah, I used to collect thousands of anime DVDs back then. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I misread this as back in the 80s. I'm like, damn, okay, DVDs weren't around in the 80s. I used to collect thousands of anime DVDs back then, 80s and 90s, but books not into. But glad you read it. Got it. I wish I had the patience for RPGs. I'd be shocked if I played through 5 over the course of my life. Same. I like when they're like unconventional and faster paced compared to the traditional RPGs and JRPGs. What are your top 4 comic animated shows? Oh, let's go. Spectacular Spider-Man is my all-time favorite animated superhero cartoon. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Spider-Man animated series, that would be 3. Young Justice, that would be 4. And oh, that's 4. Okay, there you go. And a 5. Number 5 would be either Batman animated series or Batman Beyond. One of the two. Oh no! Scratch that. Either Batman animated series or X-Men Evolution. There you go. Don't rush it. Don't worry about it. Don't anybody feel obligated to join. Good evening, y'all. It's only Geo. Yeah, for good or bad. I don't know. Rumor is that an 80s movie just doesn't have time for sitting on the toilet and does. Oh my god. No, I will not keep talking about that. That is disgusting. Funny, but disgusting. Daniel Day-Lewis is the number one candidate for MCU Magneto. Who is he gonna stay committed to that? I want somebody that can do multiple movies and be okay jumping back in and not being a diva and saying like I did one, that's enough. I don't want to be there anymore. So you have to recast. Not a fan of that. Lone Wolf Geo, I'm late but glad to make it. Thank you. X-Men animated series. Sorry to disappoint. I prefer Evolution. Sorry. I'm gonna get some dislikes tonight, right? Working on a Catio edition and trying to stay out of the ER. Oh my goodness. I'm sure it's gonna turn out lovely. I have a Discord. If you guys want to join, that'd be great. There is an Animal Friends section, so I'm looking forward to seeing the Catio. If you can post it. I prefer Evolution over the '90s series as well. Let's go. I don't like it, but I don't mind it, and I can highlight it and comment on it. Jess is not a fan; absolutely hates it. So out of respect, I don't engage with it. Definitely. Thank you. Final Fantasy 3 or 6, Final Fantasy Legend 2, Suikoden, Pokemon Red. I think that's it for RPGs. Discard Battler. I can't talk tonight. Sorry. Joe, count. Yes. Oh, hey. Yeah, Pokemon are RPGs, so I clearly lied because Pokemon's my favorite video game franchise. And Pokemon Gold and Silver are my favorite games of all time. So thank you, Kane. That means a lot. Geo's Discord's amazing. I try and build a good community, and so far it's working. And it's because of the people that decide to join are genuinely good at heart and make the experience of being online really, really pleasant. I just read a couple minutes ago some very discouraging, hateful messages that kind of brought me down, and I'm still kind of annoyed. But doing stuff like this, it's a pick me up. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. I know this is technically not the stream for it, but I watched Baka. It is the stream for it. It's me. I'm here tonight. Go for it. I watched Bakano last weekend, and what a show. Truly a masterpiece in non-linear storytelling. I never finished the anime, and the damn thing is extremely rare. It's a holy grail for DVD purchases. And I could sail the seven seas for it, but I'd rather not. I just want them to reprint it on Blu-ray. That'd be great. Found my old Pokemon Blue cartridge, and all my Pokemon died from the battery. Rest in peace, the Sixth Squad, Doc, Elevator. I am so sorry. I think mine died, but I was able to at least take a picture when I found them again. It was still working, and the Game Boy was still working, if you can believe it. It's somewhere on my Instagram. I took a screen cap of all my teams on Gens 1 through 7, I think. Or whenever, before the Switch. So I think, yeah, Gen 7. So I was able to take a photo of my blue team, which was awesome. And now I don't know if the game will work anymore. Who knows? It probably will. Just needs a change of batteries. I have owned a grand total of 4 Pokemon games. 2 are pinball. Hell yeah, the Pokemon pinball games are amazing. I still have the first one for Game Boy Color. Pokemon Pearl is still sealed, like 18 years later. Nice. Just never found the time. I rediscovered comics a few years later. News Pooey, if you can. I know it gets a lot of hate online. I guess I'm an apologist for Pokemon, and I don't mind. But I genuinely had a good time, even with the shoddy artwork for Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. I thought they were fun. I had a good time. People love to hate on that thing. Yes, it has some faults, but whatever. I would recommend doing that to experience Sinnoh and Gen 4 again. It was on my list forever, and I scored a recently priced DVD set. Dude, hell yeah. Nice. Played so many RPGs over my life, it's super hard to say which ones are my favorite. Of the top five, it's always how do I say this? Cardia, The Word of Fate, Legend of Dragoon, let's go, Xenogears, and Xenosaga, all three. Of that, I've only played and still own Legend of Dragoon. Love that game. Atlas Games, uh, Persona, and Shin Megami Tensei. There we go. I also like Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger, right? Wait, it's Chrono Trigger and not Chrono Cross. Yeah, Chrono Trigger. You were way better than Scarlet and Violet. A lot of people hate on Scarlet Violet. Fortunately, I had a good copy with barely any glitches. I'm looking forward to the Switch 2 upgrade to see how it performs. And I won't play it a lot, but I will replay some stuff to see how the game looks with the 4K upgrade. Chrono Trigger is NES PS1. Chrono Trigger. Thank you. So Chrono Trigger, which I've played on my DS. I want to finish that. Have not. Yeah. I think I've told the story before. That is one of the most expensive games I've purchased. I bought Chrono, and okay, quick story. Chrono Trigger, nobody was paying attention to it on the DS. And back in 2020, at the height of the pandemic, I was bored and I wanted to. 2019 was when I really got into collecting and playing and being in the retro gaming scene with arcade titles and all that stuff, and practicing with emulation. Um, I had purchased an arcade one up cab and modded that. I still have it with like a Raspberry Pi. So that was a lot of fun. I will always hold 2019 very dear near to my heart. And then 2020 rolls around, which was a shitty year for everybody. I was excited for Chrono Trigger because of its legendary status. I hadn't played it on the SNES, and I knew that the DS is the next best thing because it takes the SNES game and adds the improvements from the PlayStation version and some of the things from the mobile one into this new package. So a lot of people consider it the definitive version to play, and it was $40 to $50. Or no, sorry, it was like around $60. And if you remember, DS games were cheap. DS games were what, $30 or something like that, $39.99. My dumbass thought, and in 2020, like, this is way too much for a DS game. Like $60, what are we doing here? So I had like eBay watches and let them all go and didn't get it. Next, the following year, 2021, I'm looking at it again. It dramatically increased in price from 50, 60 to 90 to 120 and 130. And I'm losing my mind and thinking, what did I just do? Why didn't I grab it? So I had to wait. I think I bought it in 2023. I think it was 2023. I bit the bullet and fortunately found somebody selling it for $90+. I don't remember what the shipping was. And I hated doing that, but it was just not coming down in price. And I think if I still go to price charts, price, it's not price chart, pricecharting.com. There we go. And if I look for Chrono Trigger, it says here DS complete in box still goes for $100. And I brought receipts. I can show you guys. Hold on, everybody, and don't let go. All right. Okay, here we go. Right, Chrono Trigger, Nintendo DS, loose cartridge, $70. It's way too much for a loose cartridge. Complete 102.55. If you take a look, where's the? My gosh, how do I want to see the graph. It's gotta be here. Hold on. What the heck? Okay. Here we go. Got it. You can see here. Let's do complete inbox. It started tracking around 2013, and when I was interested in it was around here. Here, summer. There we go. See what I mean? 50 to 60 bucks. And then I thought, this is too expensive because keep in mind, this was around the $30 range before that. So it kept climbing. And then all of a sudden, 2021, $115 for this damn game. And it never jumped back down significantly. So when I got it, it should be 2023. It was around here for the $90 range, like 91, 92 bucks or something like that. And currently it's sitting at 102. I do complete in box. I don't like loose cartridges. No, not there we go. Thank you. So yes, trust me, when I when you hear the rest of the Omnibros say like, "Oh, Geo likes to FOMO everybody," yes, because I have been a victim of it, and I love passing the FOMO along. I enjoy that. 64, yes, but I had a different mindset. Now I'm like 100% agreed. But back then, I wasn't making as much money. So, yeah, you know. Are the one up cabinets any good? Think of them as toys. Do not think of them as actual arcade replications because you will be disappointed. This is made for everyone to consume and get. I'm not saying they're bad quality, although I do think some were poorly made. But don't think of it as a purchase to get like a replica of an arcade because there are other companies for that. That said, if you can get it with a riser and all that stuff and it's the appropriate height and you want to mod it, it's a blast. And you could relive your childhood with thousands of games if you do the hack with the Raspberry Pi and all that stuff. Or the other thing that I'm forgetting. There's another device that they use. So for that, I think it's worth it. And I modded mine. The buttons light up, and the TV, the monitor LCD has a mod in it or whatever. It's an old cab, 2019. I could have picked up another one, but I'm fine with what I got. I would like a digital pinball machine though. That is something that I really, really, really want to own at some point, or a real one. But that's such an expensive hobby that is not for me. I'm way way out of that league. That is a rich man's game compared to what I'm capable of. Yeah, we skip over that one. When that year started, I thought it's going to be a great year because 2020, everyone's going to have great vision. We didn't have shit. Yeah. You know you're an 80s action movie watching when you see RPG and you think the boom type. Ah, got it. And video cassettes from the 80s and DVDs from the 90s. Okay, you know, I feel you. Not a spring chicken anymore either. COVID made GameCube games skyrocket. Oh yeah, absolutely. Plus, GameCube games are my my generation basically. So it's my peeps that are now discovering their love of going back and playing retro games. So they want to pick up the GameCube stuff, which is why I'm super excited that we're getting the GameCube Switch Online. Even though I have my GameCube and it still works, I've used it a couple months ago. Actually, I played a few hours with it. I still want. I'm so happy that it's getting the Switch on Switch Online. That means that the games will lower in price because scalpers they don't know what to do anymore, and they're going to be upset, which is a win for us. If you ever do another solo stream, can you do another round of geography where you take us through? Oh my God, you still remember that Puerto Rico on Google Maps? Yeah, yeah. Not now because I still have stuff to do here, but yeah, remind me next time, please. Was thinking of grabbing Chrono Trigger for iPad Pro for $10. Go for it. Absolutely. I am for physical games, but if you can get it and play it, enjoy it, go for it. Sold a bunch of my games in 2021, 2022. A lot of sealed stuff, lots of rare stuff. It was a good time to offload games. People were still coming out of COVID fever with their stimulus checks. I used to have the pre-order bonus mini CD for Chrono Trigger DS, but I traded that for a video game. I want the full OST anyway, so no biggie. What if, Kane, do you collect vinyl? Because I know the Chrono Trigger game has a vinyl soundtrack. I don't know if it's colored, but I think I've seen a vinyl for it. Also, my copy of the Chrono Trigger game does not have the exclusive poster because that was the first printing. The second printing onward, they eliminated the poster, which sucks. I wanted that. Have you seen the toy of the new monster from the upcoming Jurassic Park movie? Yes, I love it. I'm so excited for that movie. I love just how I mentioned earlier that I'm an apologist for Pokemon. I love all 6 Jurassic Park movies. Yes, 5 of them are terrible compared to the first one, but I don't care. I still love them. I can rewatch them any day of the week. Best pinball tables. Aladdin, Adam's Family. It's the one with the werewolf. What's the name? Where it's Dracula, the werewolf, and the party guy. I can't remember the name of that one. It's the one with the. It's not the pirate ship. Black Rose. What's it called? Hold on. Pinball Black Rose. No, I'm saying there is a Black Rose, but that's not the one that I meant. I think it's Black Rose is the one with the personality driven pirate princess. But what I meant was Black Knight. But if I had to pick one, I would go with. It's not Aladdin. What is it? Arabian Nights. That's one of my all-time favorite pinball tables. If I could own a vintage table, that would be it. I would love to get that. And if I was able to grab a new one, because those aren't available here at all whatsoever. There are no arcade bars or whatever they're called. I have none of that over here. So that scene is alien to me. But if I could get a Stern table of the new ones, it would have to be either Godzilla or Jurassic Park. One of the two. Probably Godzilla. But that's like, what, a minimum of like $4,000? I ain't got that money. Plus, if I were to get it, can you imagine the shipping cost of that thing and getting it to here? Ooh. We could rob a bank, and then I'll fund the pinball purchase. Have you played the Godzilla pinball machine? No, I haven't. Last year or so. And they released 2. There's the regular one with the multiple editions, and then there's the 70th anniversary, where the whole table is in black and white with accented red fonts here and there throughout the table. Both are great. Best pinball table was 3D Space Cadet, and that was a demo. I don't know if you know that. I'm pretty sure you do. That was a demo, but the demo was more famous than the actual table whenever that was released. But yeah, that was arguably probably one of the more famous of the pinball tables, because every computer had it, right? Everybody experienced 3D Space Cadet in the 90s. Anyone watch Love, Death, Robots season 4? I haven't. I loved seasons 1. I liked season 1. Didn't really care too much for season 2. And half of season 3 was good. But I am looking forward to season 4. I'd want AC/DC. That'd be great. Where am I located? Sunny Puerto Rico. But a mini pinball machine, it's cheaper. There are two options. At Games puts out a virtual one. Arcade One Up had the license with Zen, but that's fell through. So I don't think they're in stock anymore or being sold anywhere. But if I could, I would grab one of those digital ones and mod it. There was a Kickstarter recently where somebody was trying to make a physical, cheap, inexpensive arcade machine at less than $1,000 but I didn't have the money right now to throw $1,000 on a Kickstarter that may or not get made. Mysterious place. Some people out of Puerto Rico. Yeah. Last week, the owner of Arcade Legacy in Ohio posted that he was looking to clear up space and sell something like 30 pinball. Oh my god! Damn. I meant buy, not but. Gotcha. All right, another book I got. For all the haters out there, I'm addressing all 10 of you that dislike the streams because I made fun of a certain character. This is my very first Epic collection. And it goes to ROM, the original Marvel Years Volume 1. This collects the first 20 issues of ROM. I've never had an Epic collection before. It's pretty interesting. I don't know what's happening here, but this scared me. I'm like, what am I getting into with ROM? Okay. What book are you guys fawning over? But I do like the build of the Epic collection. It's pretty cool. Chunky trade with good art, or good scans, or whatever it's called. And look at this guy. I don't know what's happening here, but that's disgusting. I love it. There's Rom with his Walmart gun, or Costco, one of the two. And look at that. He crosses over with some X-Men dudes and dudettes. Shout out. So, yeah. Have ROM Epic collection. I will get volume 2 eventually, and I do have the action figure. So y'all can stop saying I'm a hater for ROM. So I just like goofing around. Literally last Thursday, I goofed around a book, and then the fans of that book watched it and got super salty and upset. I'm like, you guys clearly do not have what it takes to take jokes, I guess. I don't know. People are weird on the internet. And we made it so clear that we're goofing and gaffing, but people are like, this is insufferable. Like, nah, you're insufferable. But thank you for watching, though. I stopped at Puerto Rico once for around 5 hours while on a cruise about 10 years back. Nice. We docked at 7 a.m., left dock at noon. I guess they have to pay a higher fee if they are a minute late leaving. Interesting. I don't even have the action figure. I'm slacking. I think you should still. I think it's still available at. I don't know BBTS, but probably the Bozos. No. I am physically revolted and offended that book got made when it placed lower last year on the freaking Omnibus list compared to the Inhumans. Last year we were 70 something, and that was what, in like the 200s or something, and it got made. Get out of here. I'm still upset about that. I'm still salty. Not just the internet. I am weird in real life too. I think we're all, to be sane is to be a little bit weird. If you're not a little bit weird, I don't know, maybe something's wrong. I'll be looking forward to your review on ROM. I'm trying to balance my real life with what I do here online, and sometimes I do feel bad that I don't talk about books often enough. And so I will try my hardest to read it. I don't promise next week, but I will read it and give you my thoughts on a Monday show here. Omnibros. Ordering it in a tub of turtle wax. That's an interesting combination. I assume the turtle wax is pet related, not ROM related, right? The weird people on the internet are the normal ones. I would be really curious about a review of ROM, no matter how far down the road it takes. Oh, okay. I'll add it to my ever-growing list of things I need to do online. Let me scroll back because I may have missed a comment or two, and I don't want to upset anybody. Me in 2020 and 2019 going up to $40 for a Marvel Epic collection, right? me in 2025. Please sell me your Epic collections for only 40. They jumped up in price, right? How much? This was 30 something on in stock trades. This is $50 and it's only 20 issues. Damn. Okay. Jesus. Look at that spine, baby. Rom. Love it. The final book I hauled is Transformers, book one, from the new Skybound Image run thing that's happening. I read the first trade, and I was FOMO'd into getting that trade last year. And then what? A month later, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna put these out in deluxe hardcovers in 2025." So that upset me greatly. So I waited until now to get it. What happened to the old trade paperback? I gave it away as a gift to a coworker that is slowly, very slowly trying to get into comic book reading, and he's a fan of Transformers. And I thought, my guy, this is the book for you. So that was a pretty cool gift, and he got super excited about it. I don't think he's read it, but I was able to offload that and upgrade for this. I should have sold it, but whatever. This collects issues 1 through 12 of Transformers. A bunch of written by Daniel Warren Johnson with art by Jorge Corona, Mike Spicer, and gang. I picked the blue cover because I am an Autobot fanboy. I will not betray them in favor of the Decepticons. And who doesn't love Optimus, right? The art looks fantastic. Very chaotic. The story's great, very interesting. I don't mind it, but I'm not necessarily like gung ho about the GI Joe inclusion here. Like, I don't care. It's fine that it's there. Like, oh, okay, cool, GI Joe, because I never grew up with GI Joe. So sorry, apologies. So I'm mostly excited to read good, fun Transformers stories, and this definitely delivers. Look at this. There's so much coloring and frenetic action and chaos happening in these pages. It's insane. And I'm looking forward to the second half of this book, which I've never read, but it looks pretty interesting. So shout out. I don't know if I will get Void Rivals or the G.I. Joe stuff. I doubt it. And if I'm missing something from that, you guys can let me know. More than meets the eye, baby. I hate much everything is it's a manga, it's Japan. I'm missing some context. What do you hate? Do you hate me? That's okay. ROM backwards is more ROM, please. Let's go. Sorry. Serious questions. Does someone know why Marvel hates the Inhumans? No new comics changing Inhumans to mutants. Yes, there was a bad TV show, but that shouldn't be a reason. It's not that they hate them. I think it's just that they treat it as a filler property, and they used it to patch a hole when the Fantastic Four and X-Men rights were up in the air because of Fox. I was thankful because we got Uncanny Inhumans and a bunch of other, like the Crystal book that I'm forgetting now, All New Inhumans, something, and some fun stories as a result, some new characters. We got the introduction of Miss Marvel. It really, I joke around, but it really did annoy me that you're basically undoing what you did for the sake of, now we're back with the X-Men. Let's just undo what people loved and create a new mythos for a character. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. Plus the fact that their last title is literally the death of the Inhumans. That's pretty sad. They have a lot of potential. They are extremely unique in the pantheon of Marvel ideas. The fact that you have genetically humanoid species that are different from Homo sapiens, and even though they somewhat look alike, and they live in a separate world, even though they're on Earth or the moon or whatever. And they share a connection with the Kree Empire. Obviously, the Kree experimented on early humans, and the fact that they have their own family and politics and kingdom and issues that can create epic storytelling. And if they were to take it serious, you could do a really, you could have a, to say a name. I'm not comparing the two, but to have like a Game of Thrones of your own over at Marvel with the royal family and all that stuff. They don't need the rest of the superheroes to have a successful story. That's what's great about it because it's a separate world. But that's what it is. I try to keep with the positive. The TV show was bad, but then again, if you think about it, we've had bad Spider-Man movies, we've had bad X-Men movies, we've had bad Batman movies. Every popular superhero franchise has had bad interpretations, and people still flock to them and still enjoy them. So why should the Inhumans be punished for having a bad TV show? Just, I mean, if not Jessica Jones can come back for MCU proper with season 2 of Daredevil, Born Again, why can't we have a reboot of the Inhumans? Although I would prefer a movie, not the TV show, because Kirby was up to some fun ideas and some high concepts with the Inhumans, because they're not human. That's the whole point. So they can be anything. It just so happens that the main family, the royal family, are humanoid in appearance. ROM rolling back prices every day at Walmart. You know it, baby. ROM needs to be shiny. Yes. Highest I've seen so far for an Epic Collection is $55, which seems to be taking over most new volumes in the fall, but I pretty much switched to Omnis only now unless I can find them cheap. Nice. G.I. Joe over Transformers. Okay. Do you think me not having nostalgia over the G.I. Joe franchise, do you think I can enjoy the series just fine and have a fun time reading it? I was gonna say a joke that is gonna get taken out of context, so I won't. It's in regard to one character specifically, but then all of you are gonna roll your eyes and be like, "Yeah, sure." So I'm not gonna say it. Void started first, I should say. Okay. Void Rivals is coming up this week. Muse is an Inhuman. Also, if it's not the X-Men, why get emotionally involved is how Marvel acts. Not Daredevil. It's all been gold. I can see Black Bolt coming back in the Secret Wars movie. I hope so. Right? They're going to need some heavy power to fight off Doom. That's all I'm going to say. Black Bolt came back for a minute, but he didn't say a word. Right. I'm still debating if I should own the Doctor Strange movie. As an Inhumans fan, I love that he's there, but as an Inhumans fan, I hate what they did with the character there. So it's a weird relationship that I have with that movie. In that aspect, the movie's fine. Yeah. Okay. Two quick reads. One of them I have to address because James hates me. I finally read my issue of Aquaman DC All In issue 1 that came out. I think this was, what was this? January, February, something like that. And it's really good. It's awesome, but it left me hanging, man. Of course, it's in issue 1. I think the first trade comes out in August, and you have Aquaman here back in the saddle again with some kinetic water powers that he got from Mira for some reason that I don't know. I haven't kept up with DC titles in years, so I have no idea. The last I read of Aquaman was the Kelly Sue DeConnick run. So what happened between that and this, I don't know. So I just rolled with the punches and thought, okay, yeah, he has kinetic powers, and Mira's teaching him how to do it. Saves a boat, and then fights a giant water kaiju, which was really badass, and then finds out that Atlantis has been seemingly destroyed and missing, so he goes to the Justice League for help. and they find a portal, which uh, he goes into the portal, and that's the end of the issue. I'm excited. The art's great. I really like. I'm not necessarily a fan of this cover, but I like the art inside a lot, and I'm really happy about that. Yes, that is a water sword. He doesn't use it in this volume, and he doesn't ride a shark in this issue, I should say. Sorry. So that was disappointing. I wanted to learn about this shark, but he's only here on the cover. I think he's Bruce, the shark from. Was it from Finding Nemo? Bruce, one of those sharks. So thank you so much, James. That was a fantastic gift. I am so sorry that it took me so long for me to read it. But the fact that it was just the one issue, I was bummed out because when I finished, I'm like, okay, I need the next stuff. So I got to wait a couple more months, right? Because the trade comes out in August or September, one of the two. Wait, not to sound dumb, but what's the connection between Doctor Strange and the Inhumans? Nothing. It's just that in the Doctor Strange movie, the second one, spoilers, they show the Illuminati in an alternate Earth, and just like the comics, Black Bolt is a part of the Illuminati. And spoilers, he meets a very dumb end. That would not happen in my comic books. I'm sorry. That's the connection. All in Aquaman hooked you? Yeah, baby, let's go. There's no hooked hands, but I was hooked. And Mira looks phenomenal. She's one of my favorite comic book heroines. So I was really happy with to see her there. And Jackson Hyde is there, Aqualad. And Tempest is mentioned, but he doesn't show up in the first issue. You got Black Bolt and Mused. How many more humans do you need? All of them, man. I need Triton. I need Gorgon, Crystal. I need to see Lockjaw again. Dante from the New Humans. He has fire powers. That'd be great. So yeah, they did Black Bolt dirty in that one. Yes. People don't know if you haven't read the comics, you would think, oh, okay, this is a weird mute character that was off in a weird way when he is one of the strongest heroes in the Marvel universe. Okay, magic can beat everything now. Okay, cool, whatever. It's almost as if the director was just making a cool movie and not really paying attention to the lore and the dynamics of the power levels between characters. But hey, whatever. I understand now. I was disappointed with how that went down. Yeah, I haven't read those issues, so outside Crystal. The Crystal series that she was a part of was really good. Unfortunately, it's part of it's part of the storyline, so you can't really enjoy it by itself because it does have a definitive ending. He does, but it's almost as if he just went in and like, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do it and ignore MCU lore and all these new characters. It's just fan service. Let's go. That's how I saw it. That's how I felt with that movie. But then again, I would like to watch it. I only saw it once. And I don't have any of the MCU Phase 4 onwards stuff on home media, but I would like to collect some of that stuff. It's just annoying that some of the shows are super expensive. The 4K steelbooks. I'm not looking forward to getting that stuff. Hey, Luffy. So cool, bro. Hey, let's go. I need to fill in my gap of post Johns to the first of Rebirth Aquaman. Yes. Homeboy, what's his name? Jeff Parker's Aquaman. In my honest opinion, just as good as Jeff Johns, if not a little bit better. And I wish that could get an omnibus. Hopefully, when Nearman Condition does the DC thing, Aquaman is represented with that book, because I will vote for that. Absolutely. Did you vote for DC? There's a new one, right? I haven't yet. I need to look at the list. If you want MCU on Blu-ray and 3D, you need to import them from Japan. Are they cheaper from Japan? I'm down for that. I don't mind. I'm such a weeb. I don't mind having the kanji and katakana on my covers. I think it looks cool because I'm an edgy fanboy. Uh, Anyhow, let's transition again real quick to what I. Oh, so I read that, and I started reading Lackadaisy, Volume One. I remember featuring this when I hauled it, but I don't think a lot of people were watching that stream. Lackadaisy is based off of an animated pilot that you can watch here on YouTube, and it's set in the 20s and 30s through the Great Depression. It's about anthropomorphic cats, and it's a story about gangsters, mafia, romance, swindlers, and this cat right here that is trying to make a living in a very interesting era of American history, culture, politics, you name it. It's a lot of fun. It's in sepia tone or sepia-esque tone or whatever tone it is. I'm sure some of you will know the proper term for it. It looks like old photographs instead of full art, as you can see here. And I have not finished reading it, unfortunately. I had some stuff going on over the weekend that I couldn't finish the read for this stream, but it's really good. It's fun. I will come back and next week and give you my proper thoughts on Lackadaisy. Here's Volume 1. Volume 2 came out, but I haven't gotten it because I want to finish reading this first and then getting the second hardcover. But yeah, it is larger trim, so it's not going to fully fit on your shelf. It's going to stick out, but I think it's worth it. Look at this dude right here. So yeah. Oh, and it has a beautiful presentation. Look at this. Felted cover and everything. The book is only $25. I don't know if you can get it through the direct market, but you can grab it from the Bozo's website. Yeah. So yeah, that's sort of what I've been reading. Also, I've been reading some manga for my channel, so that took most of the time. Here's the link. Yeah, you can watch the pilot. It's great. Thank you. Thank you. I feel validated. I read a rumor that Sam Raimi didn't even watch a WandaVision. I read that too when he wrote the mom script. Yay. I think it's worth it, but let's hold on a little bit and give you my thoughts, my full thoughts when I finish reading it, just in case. But I'm pretty sure I can safely recommend it to anybody. There you go with the link, lackadaisy.com. All right. You can buy it. Better yet, don't get it from the Bozos. Get it from the main website, from the writers and artists. And you can check it out online for free. Fantastic. Beautiful. 9:30 p.m. here, and I must now depart. I hope everyone has a good evening. Thank you so much, Genius Spooey. I really do appreciate it. God bless. Stay safe out there. See you on the next stream. Thank you so much. Let me do a transition, right? And switch on over to the stuff that's coming out. Not Chrono Trigger, sorry. This is the stuff that's coming out this week. Lots of heavy hitters from DC. We got DC Finest, Batman, The Killing Joke, and Other Stories, trade paperback. This one collects not just The Killing Joke, which is a pretty famous run for story from Batman. We have Batman 413 to 422, Detective Comics 580 to 589. The volume also contains 2 celebrated graphic novels, Son of the Demon and The Killing Joke. So they filled this one out to the brim because Killing Joke is only 4 issues, if I remember correctly. Wouldn't make for an exciting DC Finest, but this is pretty interesting. Pretty unorthodox DC Finest release, but that's cool. I appreciated Killing Joke when it came out. I have no desire to reread it. I know it's famous and people love it, but I didn't love it enough to read it a second time. Even though I think I still have the one of the hardcovers for it. But if you like it, Go get it. This is pretty badass. One of my underrated, fantastic favorite characters over at DC Comics. That's Dr. Fate. The better Doctor Strange. Yeah, I said it. I'll throw hands with people. Dr. Fate by J.M. DeMatteis. Collecting Dr. Fate 1 through 4 from 1987. And the second volume has the issues, 1 through 24 from the second volume of Dr. Fate and Dr. Fate Annual number 1. This is amazing. I'm so happy that this is coming out and didn't get canceled. I will add this to my wish list because I do love me some Fate. That's the GOAT right there. We are also getting Green Lantern Volume 3, Power of Will, collecting Green Lantern 13 to 15, and Absolute Power Task Force 8, issue number 3. We're getting a reprint of Legion of Superheroes, The Curse Deluxe Edition. The new edition here collects Legion of Superheroes 297 to 313, as well as Annual 2 and 3. That is pretty cool. If you're a Legion fan and you don't own this, what are you waiting for? Go pre-order or go get it tomorrow at In-Stock Trades. Nightwing, A Night in Bloodhaven Compendium 2 from Chuck Dixon. A lot of people enjoyed Compendium 1, but really wished it was an omnibus. Fortunately, this sells well enough that they will reprint it as an Omni later on. This collects issues 26 through 59, the 80-page Giant number 1, Secret Files and Origins number 1, Action Comics 771, Batman Annual 23, Birds of Prey number 8, 20 to 21, and stories from Batman Chronicles number 20, as well as DCU Holiday Bash 2, issue 1. That's a lot of Nightwing. That's pretty cool. And probably the release that everybody's most excited for. Finally, John Ostrander's Suicide Squad in the omnibus format. This collects Suicide Squad 1 through 18, the Doom Patrol and Suicide Squad Special 1, Checkmate 1 and 8, Fury of Firestorm 62 to 64, Firestorm, the Nuclear Man Annual number 5, Justice League International number 13, Legends 1 through 6, Manhunter 1, Secret Origins 14, A Story from Secret Origins 28, and The Pages from Millennium number 4. So rather than going all in with the run and a good chunk of it, you are getting the first 18 issues along with the stuff right before and during, which introduces all the different characters and stuff. So a proper reading order for Suicide Squad. That is pretty cool. And this cover looks phenomenal. An iconic cover, which I love to see as the omnibus. So shout out to the Suicide Squad. Also, Superman, Death and Return of Superman, the Compendium Edition. So if you are a Compendium collector and you don't have the Death and Return of Superman, you're in luck. This has both events. Sorry. Could have brought a glass of water. Also coming out, Wonder Woman Volume 3, Fury, collecting issues 14 to 19 of Wonder Woman from Tom King. It's pretty cool. Hey, Detective Chimp is in this. Nice. So pretty solid week, if you ask me. You got some Bats, you got some Soups, you got some Wonder Woman books, Green Lantern, Suicide Squad. Heck yeah. I assume this is going to be most of our viewers' pick of the week, right? I do have a different one, but this is high up there. Sorry, I'm losing my voice as I do the show. Moving on to the other publishers, Boom Studios is putting out House of Slaughter Volume 6, trade paperback. And then Marvel. Marvel. We got Captain America by Straczynski, Volume 3, Broxton Rising. Deadpool by Cody Ziegler, Volume 2, Death of Wade Wilson. And this is a pretty good one. Silver Surfer Return to the Spaceways Omnibus with 2 covers. You show those off. John Byrne. This one collects all this stuff here. Silver Surfer 1 from 82. Silver Surfer 1 through 33 from 1987. That's the year I was born. Silver Surfer Annual number 1 and 2 from 1988. Marvel graphic novel Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer 1 and 2. Silver Surfer, whatever. I'm saying too many Silver Surfers here. Supervillain Classics, material from Epic Illustrated, Comics Presents, and Marvel Fanfare. So a good chunk of material. If I had to choose between the two covers, both are iconic and great, but you can't go wrong with this one. It's so amazing and cheesy at the same time, in a good way. Surfing in space, man, with the whole backdrop, love it. If I were to get this omnibus, I would get this cover instead of this. Let's go over here. Oh, it's an image book. Spirits of Vengeance trade paperback. Ghost Riders Unite for a new era of vengeance. This collects issues 1 through 5 of Spirits of Vengeance. So this is a one and done story, right? One volume. That's pretty cool. Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch, and Robbie Reyes. Have you guys read this? I am a huge fan of Ghost Rider, even though I don't have a lot of the character in my collection. But this is cool. I love all three characters. Robbie, because he's like the anime Ghost Rider with the bleach hollow mask. And then I grew up with Danny Ketch, and I love Johnny Blaze, the original. Or you know what I mean by original. Ultimates Epic Collection, Volume 1, collecting, I assume, the first arc of Ultimates from Mark Miller and Brian Hitch. Collecting issues 1 through 13 of that. I don't know about this cover. Is this the final cover? Because this whole negative space here with the logo, this looks really bad. This could have been thinner, in my opinion. Or placed over here with the Ultimates. So, yeah. It has a lot of faults, but it did wonders for Marvel. And it made me a Marvel reader, because I love the Ultimate Universe. I haven't read the new one, but this old one, I look on it fondly. It had some ambitious ideas. It didn't necessarily pay off fully, but it introduced readers to all these characters, and then they jumped to the 616 universe and continued on with the adventures. At one point, the Ultimate Universe outsold the regular universe, so they were doing a good job. But then it just went off the rails with certain events. So shout out. What's in here? Spirit of Vengeance, okay. Venom War, Zombiotes. Oh, I hate that. I understand. Zombie and symbiote. But I don't like the two words together. Venom War, Zombiotes, Venomous. Okay. From Dynamite, Alice Cooper Crossroads. Okay, that's odd. Justice Ducks starring Darkwing Duck. Hardcover, that's awesome. Red Sonja Vampirella, Betty and Veronica. That's a weird crossover. I'm sure Jess would grab that. And Vampirella Beyond, trade paperback. From Christopher Priest. Question for the chat. I don't really care to read Vampirella, but is there a story that you think I should check out from the character? That I have no interest whatsoever, but if there's something here that is worth checking out, let me know. I'll add it to the list and read it someday. Manga we talk about on Thursdays. Fantagraphics is putting out this book, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Sorry. You can read it there. This one, okay. It's a 10th anniversary paperback of this acclaimed comedic graphic novel, inspired by the author's mid-century colonialist grandfather. Those are a lot of words right there. Manga. George Harriman, Library, Volume 5, from Fantagraphics. And this is my pick of the week. We made it, folks. Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons, Volume 2, Sons of Giants, collecting the 5 issues. I have not read this material, but the original Here There Be Dragons is phenomenal. Ancient 18th century Earth and Sir Francis Drake hunting down Godzilla and other kaiju monsters. Hell freaking yeah. And this one continues that, but I know it jumps around in the timeline and it goes further into our present time and into the future as well. So this is the end of the Sons of Giants. I will be picking that up. Can't wait. That is my pick of the week. We got some manga. Hit from Boom, complete collection. Manga, more manga, a lot of manga. The Bikers from Mars trade paperback with Robo Force. Night Drive by Fantagraphics. Magnetic Press is putting out On Mars with a phenomenal cover. Raymond Chandler's Trouble Is My Business from Pantheon. Sin Bin from IDW. Star Wars High Republic Phase 3, Volume 3 from Dark Horse. 10-speed press with something that none of you are going to pick up. And some manga. As well as from Image, we are getting Lazarus hardcover Volume 4. I think this will sell out. Or maybe it will be low in stock. There's a lot of hype for the people that love this series and have the first 3 hardcovers. So I'm pretty sure I'm confident this will sell out at some point this year. There's too much hype for it. I see the excitement. And I know you guys are going to pull through and buy the crap out of this book. From Greg Rucka and Michael Lark. All culminates here. This collects issues 27 and 28. And for the first time, the complete 7-issue run of Lazarus Risen with extras. So it only has 2 issues. So Lazarus ends in 28. Huh. I have yet to read any Lazarus. I have the first 3. I have never read Lazarus. Geo not interested in vampires. That is not the Geo I know. And love, he's a scroll. That'd be pretty cool if I had like a face filter and it turned out to be a scroll. I don't know how we would do that, but that'd be dope. What vampire? Which one? This one? Don't tell me this is about vampires. Palace life becomes increasingly dangerous for waiting Lucia, as she learns more about the magical world around her. Webtoon fan. This is, or do you mean, where was it? Dracu? There's Dracu. This one's about vampires. You're not interested in vampires? And Vampirella. Oh. I don't know. I always saw, this is disingenuous of me. I shouldn't say this, but I will because I'm being honest. I never got the appeal. I just saw Vampirella as a fan servicey character with like lowbrow comics. So it surprised me doing these shows and seeing all of you react to Vampirella that there are acclaimed runs to be read and enjoyed. So that surprised me, and I'm interested to find out. I had a very stereotypical view of the character. So yeah, if there's a run or not a run, because I don't want to get multiple books, but if there's a standalone story in a trade that you think I should read, let me know. I'll check it out. And I'm not going to get it, but I was kind of interested in the Kotobukiya Vampirella Bishoujo. I think it looks fantastic, but I'm not a fan of the character, so it'd be a waste to get a statue of something that I'm not a fan of, right? Some would say it doesn't matter, and if you like it, just get it, but I like that every collectible I own is because I'm a fan of that, whether it be an anime, video game character, a comic book character, whatever. I have read or viewed something from that, except for one toy that's like random, but that's a story for another day. Lazarus. Okay. The other one is Void Rivals over at Image. Robert Kirkman and a bunch of other wonderful people rediscovered the series that started the Energon universe in this landmark deluxe hardcover edition of Void Rivals from the team of Kirkman and Felici brings the world of Transformers and beyond back to comics. So I assume this is the first 12 issues as well, or the first year. Should I be reading Void Rivals? Because I was not interested at all when I saw the first issue. I'm mostly interested in Transformers, but I know, was it White Pete that said that the G.I. Joe comics were better? So should I do that? Also, I'm kind of interested in buying the G.I. Joe compendiums, the thickies. So there are two covers. This is the standard one, and here is the DM variant. I don't know which one's best. I don't know these characters. But if I had to choose, I do like the idea of a yellow book over this. We don't have a lot of yellow books on shelves. Gio, you have seen what you read. Oh, I am very much aware. Yeah, I know. Not interested in vampire then. Yeah. I thought you guys were talking about the manga, Dracu, which is a dark romance story about a vampire girl with a werewolf guy. Really fun with fantastic art. When I do my end of the year list, I think Dracu is going to be one of my best reads for the art, or one of the best looking books that I read. Unfortunately, it's only 3 volumes. But I will get it. So yeah, that's all the stuff's coming out for the deals of the week. And we can end this show for my throat, please. The deals of the week, courtesy of our sponsor, In Stock Trades, your home for collected editions, where you can get your Omnibus trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and more for great discounted prices, range from 42 to 55% off at times. Free shipping in the U.S. at $50. And there's a loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% discount to your book if you make that order on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service, only when you visit our sponsor, InStockTrades.com. Also, we do a gift card giveaway at some point each month, so be on the lookout for that. Next month, we already gave out the one for May. That and more is all courtesy of InStockTrades.com. The deals of the week. There are 2 things that I want to mention here. The deals start with DC books. The first one at 55% off. We have DC Finest, Batman, The Killing Joke, and Other Stories, trade paperback. Again, 55. So if you have that loyalty discount, it'd be 57% off. Also at 50% off from DC, Green Lantern Volume 3, Power of Will, the trade. I assume this is all in DC. From Marvel, Silver Surfer returned to the Spaceways Omnibus, 46% off, both covers included. The DM and the regular one. And we do have a manga deal of the week, and this one goes to... Surprise, surprise, Josh, you're going to like this. Not this title, but the idea of this announcement. Viz has Dandadan Volume 12 at 40% off. So there should be a Viz shipment dropping this week. Again, to recap, for anybody watching, DC Finest, Batman, Killing Joke, and Other Stories, 55% off. Green Lantern Volume 3, Power of Will, 50% off. Silver Surfer Return to the Spaceways Omnibus, both covers at 46% off, and Dandadan Volume 12 from Viz Media. Also, May 20th, which is tomorrow, through the 27th, which will be next Tuesday, IST will be running a Batman sale up to 70% off on select titles. And they will also have a Marvel Modern Era Epic Collection sale for an additional 5% off. So again, Batman sale of books up to 70% off, and the Modern Era Epic Collection Marvel sale an additional 5% off on those books. So that it's all courtesy of InStockTrades.com. Shout out to our sponsor, InStock Trades. Whoo, baby, we did it. Lowbrow comics is my wheelhouse. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I'm not going to judge at all because I have some really, really bad books in my collection that a lot of people would not even look at. Love the Philip Marlowe detective stories by Raymond Chandler. Didn't know there were graphic adaptations. There you go. Thank you so much for joining, Bud. Appreciate it. One day I would love to have 10 people on screen here for Omnibros. The 4 Omnibros and then 6 other guests. That's probably never going to happen, but I can dream. Really tempted with that Ghost Rider. Nice. Geo, I don't know why I won't post, but Humble Bundle has a Vampirella right now. Nice. You should just get the Junji Ito Koto's statue. Have I seen that? Hold on. Oh, from what's her name? Tomie? I don't know. That would be too creepy on my collection. But it looks beautiful. Gia, thanks for holding down Monday Night Down. Thank you. Thank all of you for joining. We can't do the show without you guys. So thank you. Didn't Dandadan Volume 12 come out last month? Yes, but they just got in that Viz shipment. So they picked a Viz book to highlight that. So I'm pretty sure you're going to see a lot of Viz books tomorrow. Fortunately, they've been delayed because of the Diamond shipments. They're still getting the Viz books and stuff from Diamond, even though Diamond's going bankrupt and they were sold to a different company and then resold again or whatever the hell it was. So they're going to do that soon. Give me a second. Thank you, Gio. Your sale announcements, 2 of 3 of my planned purchases have made my chances of survival with my wife so much better. Appreciate that. Stupid Diamond. Yeah. Thanks for the show, Gio. Have a nice night, everyone. Tomorrow's going to be rough. Hang tight. I hope your wallet survived the experience. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to close it down. I'm trying not to lose my voice because I've been talking way too long, an hour and 40 minutes. Plus, I've been talking all day at work. So we're going to close this out now. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys are lovely. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. You can find me on my channel, Manga Geekdom, where I talk about manga. I should have a video up this week. I just need to film it. I haven't. There's a Discord link, which was posted earlier. You can join. It's a lot of fun over there. Join us next Thursday for a manga stream. Friday, there should be a stream. And remember the Friday crew that they need to make up for a show that they lost. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. God bless. Stay safe out there. Have a great night. We will see all of you on the next one. I'm going to close it out with Godzilla, throwing out the peace sign. So peace out, everybody. Love you, faces. Catch you next time.